Hello everyone and welcome to the Aviva Stadium. It is champion versus champion here in Dublin this evening as Premiership winners Harlequins hit the road. A final opportunity for the players to impress Tabai Madsen ahead of the Premiership defence beginning on the 19th against Newcastle Falcons, of course hosted by serial winners Leinster, 4-time European champions, 5 if you include the Challenge Cup, and 8-time winners of the United Rugby Championship in its various guises. Great to have spectators back watching Leinster as well. The Aviva Stadium hosting as opposed to the RDS. I think that round of applause is for all the rugby fans across the world who couldn't make the Aviva this evening, but instead have chosen to watch it on the live stream. Brought to you by Silverbug, and we're delighted that you could join us wherever you're watching from around the world as well. But it's the first time they've welcomed fans back for a long time, and I think they're going to be in for an absolute treat this evening. These kind of pre-season friendlies, we like everybody to leave happy apart from the defence coach. And if you're a Harlequins fan, that is something that you have become accustomed to. Not just during the Premiership last season, but of course during that pre-season friendly against Cardiff last week too. They did it the Quins way, came from behind, lots of tries, lots of entertainment, and we're expecting the same on this beautiful pitch here this evening. We'll have a look at the teams shortly. The kickoff around about 4 minutes away. For Leinster, it is the opportunity for them to have a look at some academy players. Harlequins, the starting 15 at least, a little bit more recognisable for those of you who follow the success of last season, but the benches both packed with bags of experience and academy lads as well. Does the score matter? Who knows? Who cares? I think it very much depends on whether or not your team win or not. But first of all, let's look at the hosts this evening. Leinster. Their defence of the title starts a little bit later than Quins, but Johnny Sexton captains. There are 8 academy and 4 uncapped players. Chris Cosgrove and Rob Russell, both first-year academy lads in the back 3. James Lowe joins them back from injury. Conor O'Brien partners Jamie Osborne in the centres for the first time. It's McGrath at 9. It's Sexton at 10. Dooley and Sheehan accompany Michael Alatoa for his first taste of action at Leinster. And it's also Brian Deeney's first taste, but he has got Tona alongside him. They don't come much more experienced than that. There is lots of experience in the back row too. Deegan returns from injury alongside Penny and Ruddock. Of course, Leo Cullen in charge. This is the last opportunity for some of these players to make an impression on him as well. For Harlequins, 11 of the starting 15 started in that famous final victory against Exeter Chiefs, what seems like an eternity ago. In the back line, only Tommy Allen didn't feature, of course. He is the new signing. It's his first start after coming off the bench last week. And Danny Kerr is about to embark on his 16th season in the quarters. It's a first start for Jack Walker at hooker. He is alongside Santi Garcia-Botta and Simon Kerrod. It's a young engine room with Hugh Tizard and Dino Lamb. And it is the back row that started both the semi-final and the Premiership final, with Lorde at 6, Kenningham at 7 and Alex Dombrand at 8. Esterhausen and Northmore in the centres, with Marchant pushed out to the right wing. 2-try Premiership final hero Lewis Liner on the left, and Tyrone Green is at full-back. So Quins already out there in that now famous or infamous jersey, depending on how you look at it, the one with the River Thames running through. And of course they had that fabulous shirt launch in the London Eye. They really are London's club. There are a few others who want to stake their claim when the Premiership season begins on Saturday the 18th. There is Jack Kenningham, all padded up and ready to go. Scored a fabulous try in that friendly match, one of many. Still waiting for the hosts to come out. Let's take a look at the benches then, as the hosts do arrive, led out of course by Johnny Sexton. Now what I will say is, don't pay any attention to these jersey numbers, and we're going to help each other through this evening because I'm sure it'll be carnage. But I'm interested by the fact that both teams have named 2 hookers on the bench. Cronin and Tracy for Leinster, they'll both be vying for what will be the 16 jersey in the season. And Sam Riley and George Head, 2 very exciting young number 2s for Harlequins. Riley tearing up trees for the England age groups. Young Finn Baxter there and Will Collier, two players very much at different ends of their careers, but both should have a huge amount to offer in the front row. And Craig Trenier as well, named on the bench for the second time after a very long period of rehab. But come the second half, when the bench empties, goodness knows how it's going to go. But very much looking forward to bringing you this match. There's Tommy Allen, already looks the part in the Quins jersey, doesn't he? I think he's going to play plenty of rugby this season as well, particularly if Marcus Smith's England career takes off. But away we go. Quins getting us started. Leinster in the famous blue jersey receiving the kickoff. And Max Deegan's return from injury starts with a nice clean take. So Luke McGrath digs for that one. And that one goes out on the full. Tyrone Green thinks about going quickly. Heavy strapping on that right knee. Quinn supporters will be hoping that's not too serious. Here's Jack Walker, new signing from Bath. Very, very Yorkshire. Although so's Danny Kerr, and he's done all right. Nice clean ball for Kerr as well. First carry for Esterhazen. Tackled by Scott Penny. Here's Kenningham, thinks about the offload to Northmore. Hands on that from Sexton, who thought for a second he'd ripped it. There's Dom Branton at first receiver. Esterhazen again. Now first touch for Marchant. Gets the offload away. Quick ball here for Quins. There's Jack Walker into the 22. There's Kerr as Hugh Tizard puts his head down and drives well the young lot forward. Over the top from Northmore. Liner out there on the right wing has to check in field. Another carry for Walker, gets his head through. Good quick ball now for Quins. Here's Allen. Second carry for Tizard, again presents the ball well. Now Allen straight into the tackler, but they'll dink him behind, but charge down. Now the chance for Leinster. Inside ball finds Rob Russell. Lovely step from Russell. Green comes back, and that's a great cover tackle as well. Leinster turning defence into attack. Scott Penny with a change of pace. Conor O'Brien gets outside, and with their first touch of the ball, Leinster take the lead. Conor O'Brien hasn't played since February 2020. What a reintroduction to the team that is. Pops up on the left-hand side. Lightning quick counter from Leinster. And with their first touch, they pretty much go the length of the field after a loose kick from Danny Kerr. Missed tackle over on the right-hand side. And O'Brien makes it 5-0. It's a fabulous burst of pace from Scott Penny. Good vision from the open side flanker. And Sexton with the conversion. He's taking his time here. I hope he does realise that their season starts on the 25th of September, so he's going to have to get on with it. Interestingly, their first match is back at the RDS Arena against the Vodacom Bulls in the United Rugby Championship. And Sexton adds the extras. What a start from Leinster. First touch of the ball. 7 points on the board. And Tommy Allen restarts for the second time in the match. Again, picks out Max Deegan. Marchant on the chase. We're in 14, but starting the match on the left wing with Lewis Liner on the right. McGrath to put on a bit of fancy footwork there. Under pressure from Santi Garcia Botta. Pick and go from Deegan. Up over the gain line. Good pressure from Danny Kerr, but a nice little ball inside. Great counter from Jack Kenning and wins the penalty. Danny Kerr goes quickly. A little bit too quickly, in fact. Oh, it's off the head of Tyrone Green, just as Tom Lauday looked to start things. Oh, crossfield from Sexton. Esterhazen gets wrong-footed. Just to make a very sharp tackle on Chris Cosgrave. Great gather there from the 20-year-old fullback. James Lowe puts boot to ball. Heck of a nudge as well. Might be a little bit too good. Oh, just stopped short. Oh, Tyrone Green. Steps one man, then the other. Incredibly confident stepping off both feet, Tyrone Green. Now a high one for Danny Kerr. Under pressure. Does well at the second bite. Good chase from Cosgrave. On that from Walker, wins the penalty. Been an energetic start from Jack Walker. Despite the efforts of Scott Penny to clear out, Walker was clamped on. And Allen finds a good touch as that one snuck into the 22, just about. Just a note on the sparse spectators around the ground. Season ticket holders were given priority. One of the reasons this game is at the Aviva is so they could pack in over 10,000 spectators. With the social distancing rules, they wouldn't have been able to do that at the RDS with the capacity of 18,500. Dombrandt clears up, short ball to Esterhazen over the gain line into the 22. Lewis Liner clearing out. Tom Lauday wrestled to the ground. Loose pass picked up off the floor. Nice hands by Northmore. Little bit of scenery at the rear end of Tyrone Green. Quins again inside the 22. They'll want to return this time as Allen runs into three defenders. Flat ball and a great drive from Dino Lamb. Gets the offload away. Quins over the line. Quins get their first score. Great strength from Dino Lamb over the first tackler. Offloads to Northmore. Smile on his face, but I think he's got a bump on the noggin there. Great angle by Lamb. And Northmore strong enough to take Devin Toner over the line with him. Leinster 7, Quins 5. Excellent tempo from Quins when they've had the ball in hand. First pot at goal here for Tommy Allen. Great scoring record, nearly 400 points at Treviso. Over 320 for Italy as well. And Allen adds the extras inside 10 minutes. 7 apiece. Let's have another look at this then. Good quick ball. Dino Lamb, incredibly powerful athlete, picks his line over Cosgrave. Bit of a welcome to first team rugby for the academy man. Now Sexton to get us underway. Just a reminder that as our clock ticks past 10 minutes, it's not linked in with the referee's watch. So if it does go red and your team are in the lead, don't get too excited. There might be some meat left on the bone as Dombrandt gathers the restart. Digs for it, switches onto the left foot and still manages to find 50 metres. Here's Cosgrave, steps past Kenningham, eventually tackled by Lauday. Now here's Penny again, serious gas off the mark, Scott Penny. McGrath, oh, that one just nudged forward as Peter Dooley tried to shovel it, so advantage coming to Quins for the knock-on. There's Allen, going to find that gap in the 22. Bounces up for Cosgrave. And comfortably finds touch. So let's go through some dates then for both of the sides. As I mentioned, Leinster's season begins in earnest on the 25th of September. It's the 19th for Harlequins. They travel to Newcastle Falcons, who hilariously put Earl and Brownie on their socials today to advertise the game. You've got to love that kind of, let's call it banter. Dino Lamb takes the ball off the top. Blank shirt and white scrum cap. There's Esterhazen, gets through Sexton, looks for the offload, but doesn't get it away. More good ball here for Harlequins. Allen moves it on, inside ball to Walker, who finds Marchant. Great hands from Quins, but one pass too many, and Leinster can scramble it away. Northmore, the try scorer, Tyrone Green, surveys what's ahead of him, finds Dino Lamb, who's out there on his own, so stands up one defender and bumps off another. Green with the carry. There's Kerrod moving the ball on. Northmore again has a look. He's got Lewis Liner. He's been to the barber to have that mullet touched up ahead of a visit to Ireland. Kenningham. Peter Dooley making the tackle. Oh, another interception. Brian Deeney. And then it's been lost forward by Ala Alatoa on debut. Oh, now Kenningham tries to wrestle his way through. Cosgrave eventually brings him down. Kerr, Allen. Oh, lovely take from the big man, Santi Garcia-Botta. Turnover from Rhys Ruddock. He'll be hoping to reach 200 Leinster appearances this season, Ruddock. And that's a lovely kick that Tyrone Green wants nothing to do with. Now Marchant. Big fan of his own kicking game. And there's a good nudge there that James Lowe just manages to get a mark in time. Now Allen hoists one. He'll have to chase his own kick because all of Quins offside apart from Luke Northmore, who gets stepped but then brings everyone onside as Dino Lamb makes the tackle. That one tipped on by Toner, and now Leinster. Oh, that's a lovely kick. Through a few pairs of hands. Space in behind with Marchant out of position. And Leinster with some rare ball inside the Quins half. So 15 minutes in. And whether it's place kickers taking their time or forwards not in a rush to get to the line out, I think these players taking as much advantage as they can of the fact that this is a pre-season friendly, as that's messy and Kenningham knocks it on. Leinster come away with it. Alaalatoa gets his head down. Scrappy pass, but it's up off the boot strap, so Leinster can continue. Here's Dooley. Garcia Botta is opposite number making the tackle. Little nudge in behind here from Sexton, who chases his own kick. Foot race with Danny Kerr, and Tyrone Green covers him. Excellent chase from Sexton, who stops Green over the try line. And refreshed after a perhaps unexpected summer off, Johnny Sexton gets the bit between his teeth. Great chase to his own kick. And 15 minutes in, is this going to be our first look at the set piece? So both front rows packing down together for the first time. Jack Walker's first start. Simon Kerrod didn't play a lot of rugby towards the end of last season, was behind Wilco Lowe. And then the resurgence of Will Collier, but was on the fringes of the England squad before that. Santi Garcia Botta came off the bench late in the final. I've already mentioned Alaalatoa's debut for Leinster, but they're expecting big things from him. Three-time Super Rugby winner, capped by Samoa. Peter Dooley was the Ireland squad this summer, but didn't get capped. 93 appearances for Leinster. And then Dan Sheehan, the young hooker. Danny Kerr sniffing around this one, but I think we're going to have a reset. Luke McGrath leaving it in. The second rows, as we've already mentioned, they don't come much more experienced than Devin Toner. 266 appearances for Leinster, which in the engine room is a remarkable return. Brian Deeney, 21 years of age. Hugh Tizard, a youngster as well, Quinn's Academy product. Made his debut early last season when Stefan Levis got injured in the warm-up. Ended up getting man of the match in that game. Dino Lamb, incredible physical specimen. Apologies to those watching, we don't have the referee's mic for this one, but by the looks of things, and Jack Walker a bit of a telling off. Third reset, Deegan sniffing around this one, finds McGrath, short ball to Osborne, still going Osborne. Kenningham sniffing around that one. But Quinn's come away with it as Jack Kenningham, the golden retriever, comes up with a timely intervention. As Leinster were looking to retake the lead. So Allen finds touch on this near side. Very similar position to the previous line out. But Quinn's made a bit of a hash of. Better ball this time to Dino Lamb at the front. Leinster strong in the counter. That ball not going anywhere. Oh, and half charge down as well. Where's this going to bounce? It's gone forward off a Quins player. Yeah, no cover for Danny Kerr there. Leinster will be very pleased with how they defended that. It's 20 minutes gone here at the Aviva Stadium. This one after a frenetic start from Harlequins and that fabulous counter-attacking try from Leinster. Just slowed down a little bit. But no real surprise. Luke McGrath. Ball in hand. Quins attempting to break up the scrum, but Max Deegan settles things. There's Rob Russell stepping inside and getting met by Kenningham and Dombrandt. Now Sexton going to create some space. And ball bounces, but Cosgrave picks it up. Lovely step from Cosgrave. That's high from Esterhuizen. Referee reaching to the pocket. Oh, it's a yellow. I think whenever Andre Esterhuizen's involved and it's a yellow card, there is a collective sigh of relief from Harlequin supporters. 2 reds last season. One against Gloucester, one against London Irish. Incidentally, Harlequins won both of those matches. But the incredibly talented inside centre missed far more games than they'd have liked. And Chris Cosgrave on debut, he's had a bit of a rough time of it, isn't he? Dino Lamb ran straight over him for the try, and then he gets a stiff arm from Andre Esterhuizen. I wonder whether that might be Esterhuizen's race run today. There are centre options on the bench. Lennox Anyanwu is on there, so is Hugh Jones. We know that Luke Northmore can shift to 12, Joe Marchant to 13, with Caden Murley, Nick David, Ross Chisholm also on the bench. I wonder if Quins will risk it, but this doesn't look great for Chris Cosgrave. Fingers crossed. It's just a bit of a whack. And even if it's the end of his match today, he can have a key part to play this season, because 20 years of age, incredibly versatile. In his academy days, he's played 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's his first year as part of the senior academy as well, so he'll really be hoping to have a part to play in the United Rugby Championship and European campaigns. And you wonder if this had been a regular season game and we had had the benefit of the TV replays, if the referee may have had a look for further action against Esterhuizen. They have managed to turn Cosgrave, which is usually a good sign, because if they're worried that it's a serious injury, then they'd have left him on his front where he landed. But he's moving his legs. So let's start to talk about more cheerful things. We've mentioned Harlequins men getting their season underway on Sunday the 19th, but Harlequins women have already got their campaign off to winning ways with a 50 points to 15 victory over Loughborough Lightning. They travel to Worcester Warriors tomorrow. There'll be lots of coverage of the Premier 15s. In terms of Harlequins coverage, the first live stream will be on the 9th of October. That's against Bristol Bears, and that's the day after the men play Bristol Bears. Both of those games were at the Stoop. And I'm very much looking forward to continuing with Harlequins live on a match day as well, bringing you all the exclusive action with our 30-minute build-up show ahead of kickoff, then our live watch-along, people watching rugby. We've got great guests. Also, like the people who've been lucky enough to get tickets here at the Aviva, really looking forward to everybody watching, whether you're a Harlequins fan or a Leinster fan or a rugby fan this evening. Go and support your team. Tickets will be available, even though clubs are smashing records for season tickets. Harlequins have sold more than they've ever sold. Leinster have sold 12,000 for this coming season. And both of these teams, of course, have got very high expectations, not just domestically, but in Europe as well. Some fun away days to look forward to, and I'm sure there are plenty of you watching this looking forward to travelling to wherever you're going to travel to, whether it's Wales, England, Scotland, Ireland, or one of the more exotic European destinations, France, Italy, or, of course, South Africa. Regulations permitting, of course. But Chris Cosgrave, unfortunately, will play no further part this evening. The medical team, as always, doing a great job, making sure the player's safety is paramount. Yeah, that pass just doglegged the defence. It was a lovely step inside Lewis Liner, and Andre Esterhazen a little bit lazy with his covering. When you're as tall and as big as him, you need to get your feet in the right position, otherwise those swinging arms are going to cause some damage, and they have caused some damage here. In the 4 or 5 minutes or so that Quins have not been playing, somebody down there getting some medical attention. Is that Hugh Tizard? Maybe he just wants a massage. But it will be a penalty to get us back underway. I can't imagine Johnny Sexton will be going for the posts. And Leinster will hope that the injury doesn't last too long as the respectful applause rings out around the Aviva. Because even though they've managed to field a very strong squad this evening, they've still got Dave Kearney, Michael Milne out with an ankle and a calf strain respectively, although hopefully Milne will be back for the start of the season. Andrew Porter's unavailable, Nick McCarthy's unavailable, Ringrose has had a shoulder operation. So Cosgrave has been replaced, but Leinster find themselves deep inside the Quins' half thanks to that penalty. So here's Sheehan. Good ball, Devin Toner brings it down and sets up the drive. Sheehan with the ball, told once. Still going here, Leinster. And now Sheehan has a dart, 2 metres short for Leinster. McGrath. Little pick and go from Ala Alatoa. It's pretty close as well. Toner on standby to add some weight. Not required this time though. Dooley has a look. Quins committing bodies. Advantage coming here for Leinster. As it spills out of the side. Desperate tackling from the visitors. On the short ball goes Conor O'Brien, looking for his second. Pick and a go from Rhys Ruddock. Still going Ruddock. There's space here. This would be some tackle if Quins can hold the ball up. And the referee says no try, and Quins do hang on, but it'll be a penalty for Leinster. Dino Lamb is down. There's the referee. Gonna let Leinster go. Not just yet. So Dino Lamb getting a bump. Good to see Luke Northmore continuing, because he had his problems with concussion last year and didn't look too comfortable after scoring that opening try. Rough old game. I think other than having a run out and getting minutes, the main priority for both of these teams is not to pick up any more injuries. Still some familiar names not in the Quins lineup. Joe Marler still on parental leave. Marcus Smith, having been on Lions duty, is taking a forced leave of absence. Still no Vilame Talani either, the Tongan back rower that Harlequins have signed from Chiefs, that everyone's very excited to see. So Lamb will continue. That white scrum cap looks more like a boxing head guard, doesn't it, as Leinster pick and go, and Quins have to commit numbers straight away. Leinster famously clinical in these situations. Discipline required from both sides. Kenningham trapped after making that tackle. Ala Alatoa, oh, gets close there, reaches out as if to ground the ball. Leinster agonisingly close here. Another advantage coming. Dino Lamb perhaps tackling without the arms there. And Quins will not want to lose another player to a yellow card. There's the ball inside. Conor O'Brien, scorer of the opening try. So that's 2 penalties as Leinster continue to turn the screw. Sheehan gets tackled low. Max Deegan hanging round. Again, Lamb makes the tackle. Leinster must score, surely. There's Lorde making a nuisance of himself. There's Ruddock. Those two go to the same barber. Big gap here. Oh, the post has come to Quins' rescue. Kerrod and Lamb set on the open side. Tizard fills in as well as Leinster patiently queue up for the next carry. Dombrandt makes the tackle. But it's all in vain, because Leinster huff, puff and blow the house down. Max Deegan adds his support, but Rhys Ruddock has the ball in his hands and gets Leinster's second try as we approach half an hour on the clock. Brilliant discipline from Leinster there. It's all well and good talking about the backs moves and the accuracy of that first try, but showing discipline in those close quarters, that is what will win the matches this season. And Sexton adds the extras. Leinster 14, Harlequins 7. Confirmation that Liam Turner, wearing number 23, has come on in place of Chris Cosgrave. And Finn Baxter, wearing number 17, with his ears taped up, has come on for Harlequins as well. Scrummages both sides, so when I see who he's replaced, I'll let you know. In fact, I can still see Kerrod, so he'll have come on for Santi Garcia-Botta on the loose head side. So Finn Baxter, very exciting young prop forward as Tyrone Green takes this one. Made his debut, came on in a defensive scrum against Racing 92. Talk about a baptism of fire playing first team rugby. Quins fans and players alike don't talk about the score that day. It's Devin Toner makes the tackle on Tyrone Green. And there is Baxter with the carry as well, confident young man. Allen, loose pass picked up by Northmore, thinks about the kick. Not a great one, and Devin Toner picks it off. Dombrandt rushes out of the line, and Lewis Liner nearly got on that one. Is that a blocking line there from James Osborne? No, says the referee, and Lowe's away on the left-hand side. Lovely inside ball to Sexton. Scores a fabulous try as Leinster cut loose. Jamie Osborne running the blocking line. But again, at that left-hand side, Leinster lethal. Oh, out of the back door. Look at the gas here from Lowe. Danny Kerr can't quite get there. And the inside ball to Sexton. Tommy Allen couldn't make the tackle, and look at this. Fabulous hands. And James Lowe, he'll be pleased with that as well. Missed the end of the season through injury. And when you come back, you want to see open field. And you want to show that you've still got gas, and he certainly has. 2 tries in quick succession for Leinster. And Sexton has made some telling contributions. 2 from 2 from the tee. Remember that little chip and chase as well that bought some territory. And now a fabulous supporting line. Well, he's given himself a tough conversion. And another great kick from the master of his craft. He can't be rushed, and that's why. 21-7. And look at this, galloping into open space. Little handoff on Danny Kerr on the way down. Again, Luke McGrath being smart with Luke Northmore, putting the shoulder in. Again, with TV replays, I wonder if we'd have gone upstairs and looked at that, but I think we'll all agree that the game is better off when we just get on with it, and tries like that can stand. Leinster getting 2 converted scores whilst Quins are down to 14. Andre Esterhazen in the bin for that high tackle that ended Chris Cosgrave's afternoon, and now a bit more space for Lowe to run into. Puts boot to ball this time. And that is a thumping kick, 22-22. What a nudge from Lowe. Well, with a bit of confidence, look at the contributions you can make. And off the top from Deeney. Here's Sexton, short ball. Not sure that was meant for O'Brien, but it got there. Sexton. Oh, burst of pace from Sheehan. The hooker sniffing a gap. Now McGrath. And Leinster sniffing blood here against Quins. Dooley. Again, our clock approaching 34 minutes, but there was that long delay with Cosgrave, so it's probably closer to half an hour. Still plenty of time left in this half as Dombrandt tries to get hands on it over the top, but Leinster work their way towards the post. McGrath now. Inside ball to Sexton. Oh, fabulous pass delayed, and Jamie Osborne, 19 years of age, hits the line and gets the try. 3 unanswered tries for Leinster. 19 points that'll surely become 21 since Quins are down to 14, and this is fabulous. Just that no-look pass there, delayed by Sexton, and Jamie Osborne hammers the line. Straight through Danny Kerr. And this, a purple patch for the team in blue. Okay, this is the last time I'll mention it. But it's a pre-season friendly, Johnny. Get on with it. Well, fingers crossed you enjoyed your 3-course meal and the time it took for Johnny Sexton to take that conversion. But it's 13 points for him, 28 for Leinster. And again, with passes like that, he can take as long as he wants on the kicking tee. That is gorgeous handling. (28-7). Again, Deegan safe under the high ball. Joe Marchant makes the tackle. Now Sexton, a bit of footwork. And a crossfield kick to Lowe, who gets the offload away, or does he? Lewis Liner tries to stay in field. Andre Esterhuizen back on the pitch, so Quins back up to 15. And with a 3 converted try lead, Leinster going jouet, and why not? Sexton finding Lowe out there on the left-hand side. Lovely touch from Sexton. And refreshed and recharged. Expect the best from him when the season gets underway in a couple of weeks' time. So after their home game against Vodacom Bulls on the 25th, Leinster then travel to Newport to play the Dragons on the 2nd. A week after that, they're back at the RDS to host Zebra. And then it's to West Wales and Parker Scarlets on the 16th. So some time on the road. Opportunity for Leinster fans to become reacquainted with South Wales. For Quins, after Falcons away, it's then Worcester Warriors at home. As that's some more nice line-out ball that they're going to try and run here. Short ball, sending the big men forward. Oh, another big, long nudge. As that got into the 22? Oh, not quite. It's Lewis Liner. Hardly Torvill and Dean with his studs on the deck. But the 8th and 9th of October is one to ring in the diary for Quins fans, because it's Bristol Bears at the Stoop, who will be absolutely furious and desperate for revenge after the Battle of Ashton Gate. And then the 9th of October, as I said before, we've got a live stream. And of course, Abby Ward returns, Harlequins legend, now in the colours of Bristol Bears. And her husband, some fella called Dave, is at the helm coaching-wise, so that'll be a great game. Here's Dom Brandt over the gain line of Scott Perry. A quick ball for Quins. Seemed to have disappeared as Danny Kerr puts that one into the evening sky. Oh, fabulous take by Liner. Nudge in behind, but that's covered. Kerr finds Allen. Now here's Tyrone Green. Better kick this time from Northmoor, but only as far as Osborne, the try scorer. And that's taken on the full by Green, who has a little look. Puts that heavily strapped right boot to it. Sexton takes no risk and calls the mark. So Marchant finds Green, quickly taken again by Quins. That's been a hallmark of their play. Green again somehow gets over the gain line, a diminutive figure, but so often beats the man. Deegan tackles Dom Brandt. Inside ball to Liner, who breaks through. He's got Kenningham in support. Instead goes the other way, and the cover tackle's made, and the chance is gone. Osborne sniffing around, looking for the turnover. Here's Walker. Dummy to no one. Now Allen. There's Dom Brandt. There's Kieran. Carrot. It's Finn Baxter. Confident carry from the young man. Gets through Scott Penny, but the ball's spilled out, and Devin Toner turns it over. Quick hands here, and another chance for Leicester, but Turner, the replacement fullback, can't find Lowe. And there's a Harlequins jersey, so some supporters have managed to make the journey over. Just behind the hooker's throw. It's just about the only one I can see. Hopefully plenty of you watching on the stream, and plenty of you supporters of other clubs as well. If you're in the comments section, let us know your team, let us know where you're watching. Great to have you on board. Great to be bringing you live rugby again with supporters on the ground, and two top teams having a final hit out. So Dom Brandt, the selected man this time. Here's Lauday. Now Walker. There's Esterhazen. Beats Sheehan, and Quins back into the 22. Oh, Kenningham gets the ball away as he came second best in that collision. Lauday. Penalty Leinster. Dan Sheehan has been all action this first 40 minutes. Manages to pinch it off Tom Lauday. Ah, this is great. We've got supporters from Michigan, Portugal, Austin, Texas, Netherlands. Welcome to all of you. Great to have you on board. And hopefully both of these teams can rely on your support throughout the season as well. All good ball off the top. The Leinster set piece has been flawless as that one spilled forward by Deegan, and then Northmoor. Bit of footwork from Allen. Asking a lot of Luke Northmoor there. Manages to tip it round the post, but that's about it. People watching from New Zealand, County Galway, Florida, Minnesota, Southern California. I love the fact that so many Americans are watching. Major League Rugby going from strength to strength. Pretty sure we'll see some of these players in that league at some point. Chris Robshaw, of course, signing up for a second season. Pakistan, Switzerland. Ben Walker watching from Loughborough. We'll be up there for the start of Bucks Super Rugby in a couple of weeks as well. Probably rugby's best kept secret. If you're not already a fan, keep your eye out on Wednesdays. The 10 best university teams in Wales and England, bringing you some of the best talent. In fact, we've got Tom Lauday, Jack Kenningham, Alex Dombrandt, Luke Northmore, all came through that pathway, all playing for Quins today, with an advantage coming. Little chip here, but I think we're going to go back for the penalty, so Quins will have the chance to kick for touch just before half-time. Malaysia, Barcelona, Cranley. Cranley has been a real pathway for Harlequins as well. Yeah, we've got Italy. We've also got some liars as well, so... Either way, wherever you're watching from, we're delighted you could join us. We've had 5 converted tries. 4 of them have gone Leinster's way. O'Brien opened the scoring from a lightning quick counter-attack. Northmore equalised, then Ruddock, Sexton and Osborne all scored. Sexton's and Osborne's in particular, fantastic tries. Sexton on the supporting line, then turn provider, beautiful ball round the back for Osborne, who hit a fantastic line. He's 4 from 4 from the tee as well, no surprise there. But now Quins with a chance to strike before half-time. Dino Lamb sets it, starts to move forward. Walker with the ball at the back. Just starts to break up, but it's still with Quins. Penalty advantage coming as well. So a free go at it here. Danny Kerr, flat ball. Oh! Northmore had turned the man, but knocked it on. Did well to get his shoulder past the defender. The pass was a big ask. That's one of those 50-50 balls that Kerr is so good at providing. And if it sticks, it's a second score for Luke Northmore as it stands. Allen dabs it in the corner. Great to see the blue jerseys of Leinster supporters back enjoying their rugby at this fantastic ground. But I'm sure they'll be looking forward to getting back to the RDS. So Kenningham the option this time. It's Quins. Try and make that maul work, and it does. An underrated part of Quins' game. Remember, it yielded that penalty try at the start of the final. Is that a high tackle by Turner? No, says the referee. Kenningham ships it on. Now Quins knocking on the door just before half-time. Leinster slowing the ball down. Have they pinched it as well? Yes, but not legally. Oh, who's been shown the card? Leinster will be down to 10. 14. 4-10. Devin Toner shown the yellow card. And again, Tommy Allen goes for the corner. Our clock has stopped, so not sure how much rugby is left in this first half, but it has been entertaining. Sean Whelan's watching from Wexford. Welcome, Sean. fans from South Africa as well. This is great, isn't it? The wonder of live streaming. So Jack Walker finds Dino Lamb. Quins have tightened up that line out since the one or two that were a little bit loose. Now Leinster pinch the ball. Great defence from the hosts. They've lost a man. They've given away a few penalties, but just before half-time, there's a big smile on the face of Johnny Sexton. And given the scoreline, I'm not surprised. Leinster 28, Harlequins 7. Expect changes from both sides for the second half, but we've had 5 tries. As Tom Lauday puffs out his chest, he's in a hurry to get to the changing room. Well, what are your thoughts on what we've seen so far? Harlequins, plenty of ball in the early stages, unable to make it count on the scoreboard. Leinster have been clinical, they've not wasted an opportunity. The first try from O'Brien, a counter-attack, then Ruddock's try, great possession, great discipline. Sexton on the inside line after James Lowe showed a great pair of heels, and then Osborne hit a fabulous line with Sexton, one of those trademark passes, audacious around the back of the Quins defender. Harlequins haven't wasted too many opportunities. Luke Northmore did well off Dino Lamb's bullocking run, and in fact we're going to have a look at the tries now. Here's O'Brien going in with the first touch really for Leinster. It was great work by Scott Penny as well. I think Lewis Liner will be a bit disappointed with the missed tackle, but even if he'd have made it, James Lowe was on hand to tuck that one in. This is Quins' only try. Dino Lamb, great leg drive, getting rid of Chris Cosgrave. And Luke Northmore on hand to dot down. Chris Cosgrave, of course, had his evening ended prematurely by that swinging arm from Andre Esterhuizen that resulted in the yellow card. That was converted by Allen. This was the yellow card. Here's Cosgrave, who looked confident, to be fair. It's bounced off the shoulder and straight into the jaw. He looked uncomfortable immediately. And the big South African found himself in the bin, but it was pressure, pressure, pressure. And most importantly, discipline from Leinster. They won a couple of penalties. And eventually it was Ruddock who touched down to give them the lead. Whilst Quins were down to 14, Leinster made hay. After that try, it was all about the forwards. This was all about the backs. Lovely out of the back door to find Lowe. Look at this pace. Gets rid of Danny Kerr. Little inside pass. And the maestro Sexton was on hand to touch down in the corner. He converted his own try as well. But I don't think I gave Lowe enough credit for this little handoff here. Just as Kerr's on the way down. Just gets rid of him. And Sexton was there. And watch this pass, Sexton. Little no-looker here, but this one behind liner. Absolutely glorious handling. And the second-year academy lad, Jamie Osborne. It's a great line to touch down. Watch that all day. And that's all she wrote. Leinster will start the second half with 14 men. Devin Toner sent to the bin, but they are looking comfortable here at the Aviva. Leinster 28, Harlequins 7. Now, fans of the Quins will know that they've got a fabulous media team who continually churn out brilliant content week after week. They've been busy in the build-up to the season. This is close quarters. Enjoy this up until the second half.
Pre-season, baby. Let's get it. sort of month, what you did last season, and especially in that semi-final and final, the love and admiration, and I know a lot of the other staff feel it as well, but I've never reflected like that ever. And yes, we've got challenges ahead. Yes, we're now the hunted. I'm going to talk about all the different challenges that come with being the reigning premiers, but let's keep glowing and reflecting and be really proud and take that confidence into the new season.
What we do is really inspiring, really invigorating. There's something about the teaching of coaching and playing in the premiership that I love. The pressure that undulates through the week and through the year. But you couldn't do it if you didn't have a good group of people. You didn't have a real clear identity, which we do here. And you didn't have a really clear purpose. But it's going to be something pretty special, and I'm looking forward to finding out where you think we can take this.
Yeah, Steely. Ready. Ready to go. We need still need bodies, still need attackers in the yellow, lads. Well done, trainers. Control the speed of ball, please, lads. Give them a chance. We'll build into it.
Go. Yes, Jared. White, turn to go. White. Fix it. Go. Oh, lovely, Jared. Move forward. Get through. Low. Nice, boys, nice. Nice whack. Fight them well. Go. Good. Leg drive. Right, get a wrestle.
So this morning we were measuring the boys' body fats. So what we do is we use the Isaac protocol, where we take 8 sites from the body and we measure the body fats using calipers. Each player has their own individual needs, and this is based on position, how old they are, how they're developing. It's all about how they perform on the pitch, and that comes first, and then what their body composition is comes second. Someone like Dino Lamb, who's put on a couple of kilos last season, but we really saw gains in lean muscle mass and gains in the gym as well, so his strength was really high. What we did with him, put him under a hypertrophy program. We put him under a diet plan, a supplement program that really helped sort of promote those gains of muscle mass. And that was looking at things that he does in and around training. So what does he come in, what is he eating, what is he having for lunch, post-training, but also looking at what he's doing in his off days as well, and how we can continue to promote those gains in muscle mass throughout the training week. What we try and do at the club is really promote like a food first approach. That's the number one thing, and try and develop a culture around food. So you've seen that today. We have a great culture in the performance kitchen. We have two new chefs that are helping drive that message across. We take it sort of a joint approach. So we might get some information from the coaches, we might get some information from the strength and conditioning coaches, how they're performing in the gym. But then, the number one thing is how does the player feel as well, and we'll make sure we sit down as a group and get a target together, and then put something in place that helps promote that target. Usually it could be over a matter of weeks, short-term targets. Then we might have that long-term target as well.
Pretty simple. Today's just going to be getting you into a bit of circuit training. It's about a 7 out of 10, so this is definitely not going as hard as you can.
Yeah, it's been good. I think it's been the right balance. Yesterday, obviously the legs were feeling a bit tired after the rugby, but now I feel good to go. Looking forward to tomorrow, and I think it'll be the same again. I think tomorrow's going to be really hard, but over the weekend you'll also get a chance to recover and fly into next week. And it's just important we keep building week to week, because as I said, it's 5 weeks until our first pre-season game, which is probably shorter than we've had in a while. So it's just important we build and don't do anything too stupid, and just make sure we can hit the season running.
6 lengths as fast as you can. Yeah, we've been doing some introductory swimming as a part of their fitness sessions. It's fairly new, we've been adding in, and we're doing it as a means of general fitness for them, because as you can imagine, in this high stress period during pre-season, we want to kind of deload them but also get the most out of every session. So it's just a really nice way to get some good general fitness adaptations whilst putting as little stress on the body as possible. Forwards wise, they're the impressive ones because they're the big heavy guys. You've got Matt Simmons, which is crazy that he's amazing at swimming, Tom Lorde, James Chisholm, and then in the backs you've got the other Chisholm, Ross Chisholm, Mr. Liner is fantastic at it, and then you've got the guys that you'd expect, like the Staffords, the Steels. They're the good swimmers as well.
We've a feeder on the red, so Will, you're going to carry overs again, so I'm defending my inside shoulder, front foot loaded, shoulders forward coming up, and then There we go. Happy? Okay, so keep rolling it around, boys.
Let's go.
Good adjust on that one.
Been trying to get to know the new boys as much as possible and try and help them settle in. But yes, it's been good so far. I'm really enjoying the training at the moment and looking forward to the weeks ahead. We'll look to try and play the same way that we played last season, with that expansive style of rugby. We want to attack, we want to play with the ball in our hands, but obviously we've got to defend as well. We've got to improve the defensive side of our game and not concede as many points. But yeah, no, not much changes, little tweaks here and there, but all the boys are really excited to get going.
Everybody's been very welcoming. Had a few sessions outside, a few fitness sessions as well. So we're trying to get into the groove of things now. But it's really, really good. I'm really excited to be here, and I can't wait to start the season now as well. There's a lot of emphasis on our recovery as well here, which is good. But we do work very hard when we do work. I guess pre-season is like that everywhere in the world. But I think the way they look after their players as well here is fundamental. And yeah, it's a bit different maybe to where I was previously.
Last one.
Yes, Tommy. Here we go, staff.
Right.
Yes, you.
Come on. My bad.
30 seconds left.
2 minutes. 10:45. Yeah. 45.
Yeah, right.
90. I'm wide right. I'll have it right. Come on,
You've been done so badly. You've been done so badly.
That was a dummy. It's a free kick.
The dummy was so good.
2, 3.
Well, I can't vote for myself, so Lewis Jasper.
Definitely not Jack Stafford. He's dreadful. We're probably not the best team, but it's about being here, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Luke Northmore, he was creating some internal conflicts within our team.
That's not my fault.
A lot.
We're the best team here by far.
We're looking at that beach volleyball. It's not exactly Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer in Top Gun, is it? Alas, the boys enjoying pre-season. And this, the last pre-season hit out before the respective leagues get underway. Couple more dates for your diary. There's a big one tomorrow at Donnybrook's Energia Park. Apologies if I've mispronounced that, but it's Leinster versus Munster. It's the Women's Interpros final. It's a 7:30 kickoff. It's in Dublin, so you should get down and support that. Fantastic rugby. And also, the Ireland Women's World Cup qualifiers against Italy, Spain and Scotland begin on Monday as well. So get behind the girls in green as they begin their campaign to get to the biggest stage of all. But we're about to get underway with the second half. The substitutes will have rolled on, so we're going to have to help each other through this because there'll be blank jerseys. But what I do know is Leinster are 28-7 to the good after a fantastic first half of rugby. 4 great tries. Alex Dombrandt is still on. He takes the first carry of the second half. But there are 4 hookers, 2 on the bench for each team. I expect we'll see all of them at some point, as that's a confident take from James Osborne, the try scorer, as Tizard makes a clattering tackle. Here's an opening carry for Hawkshaw, who has come on, I assume, for Johnny Sexton. And there's Osborne again. So McGrath still on. Here's Turner wearing 23, a first half replacement. Oh, some fabulous feet there as Quins go digging for it. It's a very confident start. There's O'Brien moving the ball out to Deegan, who's out there on the right hand side. Little dab in behind is Tyrone Green inside his own 22. Opts not to put it out on the full though. Something to be said for this Leinster backline. I mean, that one's dropped over the try line, but they have got some cannons of boots. So Allen, that's scooped up by Lowe, might have a go here. Another missed tackle by Liner, but does slow Lowe down at least. As McGrath digs for it. Good ball here for Leinster and a good period of possession at the start of the second half. Deegan hanging out there on the wing. Oh, great line and galloping away. Leinster looking for the first score of the second half, and they're going to get it. What a start from Leinster. It took them 2.5 minutes in the first half. It's taken them a similar amount of time in the second half. And accelerating away the big man. It's one thing breaking the tackle, it's another thing having the pace off the mark to pick it up again. It's Finn Baxter, the guilty party. For Leinster, the cobwebs well and truly blown off. Well, that's the first missed kick of the evening. Ryan Baird, serious gas in the blue scrum cap. And Tommy Allen, if you're looking for a list of positives, has had plenty of opportunity to practice his restarts. There's Finn Baxter making the tackle this time. Good wrestle from the youngster. So I've not received information of the replacements. I'm doing my best to listen to what the stadium announcer's saying. Vak Abdeladze, the Georgian, has come on for the second half, replacing Alatoa. Of course, Ryan Baird coming on as well as Dino Lamb wins that ball for Quins. Allen, here's Esterhazen, thinks about the offload, now gets there, Lorde supporting him, holding on to that one as well. Oh, has he spotted a knock on there? There was the knock on. Don Brandon just overran it. So Martin Maloney on for Scott Penny as well. Just the one Leinster cap against Munster in the Rainbow Cup. Interestingly, he was the 1300th player to play for the province competitively in his third year of the senior academy. Oh, waiting for this scrum to be set. Must say hello to Joe, who's currently watching this match whilst on honeymoon. That is dedication to the cause as Leinster look to cut loose again. They look fired up, don't they? There's Caden Murley on in the blank jersey on the left wing as that's been picked off by Danny Kerr, who's been called back by the referee. See if we can spot what this is for. Yeah, Danny Kerr firing up out of the line, and the assistant over on the far side was quickly on the microphone to call him up. And then Leinster can kick into Quinn's territory that has usually meant one thing and one thing only, that is pressure and points. So we've got Quinn's fans of all ages watching. Eric's watching on his 18th birthday. And that's scrappy, and Deegan gets away with it. Referee says knock backwards, so Leinster can come again. Kenningham with the chop tackle. He's lost the headband for the second half. Leinster pouring round the corner, carrying with real purpose. Lorde trying to get hands on, but no dice this time. Oh, picked off by Dombrandt this time, and he does keep hold of it. Here's Marchant, up over halfway, Joe Marchant. And nobody will stop him. Great awareness from Dombrandt. Marchant on hand to hit the line and go in from over 50 metres. And that is a release valve from Harlequins, who are under the cosh early in this second half. Marchant gets Quinn second. And it's Leinster 33, Harlequins 12. Well, Dombrandt is always sniffing around those opportunities. Osborne gave chase, but it was futile. Marchant didn't have a huge amount of... Oh no, they've gone back. So we've gone back for the knock-on. So I will clear that score in my ledger. It remains Leinster 33, Harlequins 7. And I wonder if we can have a replay of that to see whether it was a Dombrandt forward pass. The referee gestured for a knock-on, but I can see the same... We need to go back a bit further than that. I can see the same pictures as you guys. So if we get a chance to look at it again, we can work it out with each other. But what we do know is 10 minutes of the second half gone. Just the Baird try adding to the scores. Marchant will have to wait to add to his total. And that's a solid scrum from Leinster. Oh, well stolen by Kenningham. Now Allen shifts it on. Here's Esterhazen. Gets through 1, 2. Eventually takes 3 men to bring him down. Dino Lamb chopped. Advantage coming here. So Finn Baxter, Allen. Now here is Marchant. Oh, steps inside again, out of the back door to Liner. No advantage coming, so we return to the penalty. Lovely feet there from Marchant. So Ireland with an opportunity to find some territory here for Quins, still in search of their second try. Well, let's have another look at that then while we wait for the line-out to be set to see if we can spot what the problem was. So Leinster in possession. He might have to come out of this. Yeah, just there. He's given that as a knock-on. Interesting decision. But Quins have secured the ball and now are driving towards the line. The maul has been efficient, but Leinster's more defence has been superb. Now there's the nudge. Surely now Marchant will score, and he does. Lovely nudge from Danny Kerr. Marchant follows it, is under the sticks. He's over the line for the second time in the match, but this one will count, and it is Leinster 33, Harlequins 12. Classic Danny Kerr. Judges that one to perfection. And Marchant in under the sticks, so he'll be at 13. Yeah, great vision from the veteran number 9. Always needs a lucky bounce, and it pops up just in time. From in front of the sticks. So Marchant lining up at 13 now. Northmore off and Murley on. And Allen makes it 2 from 2 with the simplest of conversions. Let's have another look at this. Good quick ball. You can't underestimate Esterhuizen's impact there as he runs that line close to the rut, takes a few defenders out, creates a bit of space for Kerr to kick into. And Marchant very sharp, gets there ahead of Turner, ahead of Lowe. And receives the kick-off as well, brimming with confidence. Lengthy caterpillar formed. And I will remind you, as that ball goes back slowly on the back of the caterpillar, that Danny Kerr said in the newspaper today that he finds a lot of test match rugby boring. More good set-piece ball from Leinster. It really has been an asset to their game, and Deegan, big carry from him, inside ball, oh, it's lost forward. Knock-on advantage coming as Lamb plays scrum half. What a great chase on that kick. Cultured left boot of Osborne, wants a bounce, gets a bounce, another great kick. A lot of variety to his kicking game, Jamie Osborne. So Sam Riley on for Harlequins in the front row. Fabulous period with the England age group, scoring tries, really catching the eye. And he'll be hoping that the 2 jersey, or certainly some opportunities in the 2 jersey, will be up for grabs this season. There'll be plenty of players who want to put their name on it, Riley being one of them, Head another. Of course, Joe Gray, double Premiership winner. Some of the best darts in the game. He'll be playing plenty of rugby. Oh, Lewis Leinster, great chase, but couldn't quite gather the ball. And the young man Osborne manages to clear up. Now, is there space for the crossfield here? Fabulous kick pass, but there are Quins players out there to snuff out the immediate danger, and they've managed to turn the ball over as well. Here is Riley. There's Kerr in midfield. Green. Can he go around the outside? Oh, another knock on from Lewis Leinster. Not looked at his steadiest this evening, Lewis Leinster. Will Collier on as well, so it's a completely different front row for Quins to the one that started. Collier, another double Premiership winner. And that is Lewis Jaltimer on at scrum half for Quins as well. Young New Zealander over on a senior academy contract. Well, the free kick awarded, but Leinster opting to set the scrum once more. The second half not exactly being played at a breakneck speed. So Foley puts it in. Leinster again looking to attack from deep, where they look so dangerous. There's Turner finding the man on the outside. With this healthy lead, why not chuck it about? Provide some entertainment for these supporters who've travelled to see their team for the first time in an eternity. Better tackle from Leinster this time, and then forces the knock on. A little bit of cup final cramp there, why not at the Aviva? So just a reminder of those dates for those of you who are just joining us. Quins kick off their season against Newcastle Falcons away on Sunday the 19th. Nathan Earl and Mike Brown lining up for the Falcons. Would you believe it? First home game, Worcester Warriors at the Stoop. We've talked about Earl and Brown. What about Scott Baldwin, who gets a welcome return to the Stoop, but in the colours of Worcester Warriors? Harlequins women, they travel to Worcester Warriors tomorrow, looking for 2 wins from 2 after a comfortable victory against Loughborough Lightning. 50 points in the opening match for Jared Mullen's Chargers. Leinster get the United Rugby Championship campaign off to hopefully winning ways as far as they're concerned on the 25th of September against Vodacom Bulls. That's a 5:15 kickoff at the RDS Arena. If you've not got tickets, then why not? You can watch it on TV, but there's nothing quite like being there. And then they travel to the Dragons. Those dates that I mentioned for the women, it's Leinster versus Munster. That is tomorrow at the Donnybrooks Energia Park, 7:30 kickoff. Tickets are available. Get involved That is the Women's Interpros finals, and then the Ireland women start their World Cup qualifying campaign against Monday. They've got games against Italy, Spain and Scotland, and you can be a part of that journey as Jaltima gets his first touch. That's a flat ball. Is he going to get away with that, Tyrone Green? No, he's not. It was on there for Quins. Not the best pass from Esterhuizen, though. Tyrone Green, not the tallest of backs, but he's a little bit taller than that. So more good attacking ball here for Leinster. 20 minutes to go on our clock. This one kind of petering out, really. Just the 2 tries in the second half. So Esterhuizen coming out. Hugh Jones coming in. By the looks of things, big broad-shouldered Scotsman. Comfortable in the centres, but played a lot of rugby at 15 last year. Quick enough to cover the back 3. Very exciting signing. So despite the change of personnel, this Leinster scrum looking very solid. There'll be a decision coming here, and it'll be Leinster ball. Well, mistakes starting to creep in. Forward pass this time. More pressure from this Leinster scrum, and Dombrandt does well to clear the ball. Allen. Oh, could have been a late nudge on Allen there. Instead, the ball out on the full, and it'll be a Leinster line out. And Leinster looking to turn the screw here and hopefully yield more tries. Still just the 2 in the second half. 28-7 at half-time. Beard with a great turn of pace. Kick Leinster off ideally in the second half as that one's overthrown. Here is Sam Riley. Jaltima sends that one up, but no real chase on it from Quins. So Osborne can carry it, but only to concede the penalty. Well, 15 minutes to go. And it feels as though this one needs a spark, very much feeling like the kind of pre-season friendly where everyone's just trying to escape injury-free. Good kick there from Allen, though, on his first start. He'll feel good to get minutes under the belt. See, Luke Wallace has come on as well, that thick mop of hair tied up with the headband. His second stint at Quins, of course, fan favourite, who was dismissed under previous management. Coventry, Leicester Tigers, and at the end of the season came in on a short-term deal but has been re-signed. Quins fans will be pleased to see him back as Dombrandt urges the Quins pack forward. Jaltimer trying to get hands on this, and does. There's Hugh Jones, can't free the hands. And Jaltimer does well not to get driven off that. Baxter has a little dart from the scrum half position. There's Dombrandt, gathers it at the second time of asking. Inside ball to Marchant. Excellent cover tackle. There's Lauday, gets his jersey pulled up over his head. Now Tizard trundles into a blue wall. Oh, spilled forward by Jaltimer. And of the many differences between the two sides this evening, we've seen one there. Leinster clinical in those positions. Quins just fluffing their lines. And we're queuing up there as well. Caden Murley, Hugh Jones, all coming round the corner. Here's Will Collier, looking uncomfortable. Spent a lot of time injured last season, but when he did come back, made a huge impact, particularly in the set piece. In the run towards the end of the season and the playoffs, the Harlequins scrum was exemplary. But Leinster's has been this evening. And when it comes to pre-season friendlies, the score never matters unless it's your team that's winning, and Leinster will certainly be looking at this as a positive result against the Premiership champions. Particularly given the fact that there were 8 academy players in the starting 15, 4 of them uncapped. Still got a long injury list. Mentioned it before, but Dave Carney, Michael Mill, O'Brien, Jameson Gibson-Park, Max Deegan, Rhys Ruddock, of course, coming back this evening and playing well. But Porter, McCarthy, Ringrose, Connors, Clarkson, O'Brien, Dunn, Levy are all going to miss large chunks of the season. But Leinster famous for having probably 2 15s that could go well in all competitions. A remarkable rugby outfit. Taken on the full. Oh, here's Chisholm. Speaking of veterans. And Archie White co-captained the team against Cardiff. And when Quinn started to turn things around last year, as Luke Wallace hits the line, he spent a lot of time in that 6 jersey. And Caden Murley bumps the man off, but he's swallowed at the second time of asking. Now Jaltimer. Lofted pass out to the outside where Dino Lamb is hanging out in unfamiliar territory. Murley. Oh, Chisholm knocks it on. I'd imagine Quins will be spending a little bit of time in fundamental catching practice with the amount of knock-ons in this second half. Mistakes continually letting Leinster off. We come back for the penalty advantage. Finn Baxter with his hands on his hips looking pretty out of puff, as is young Hugh Tizard as well. in amidst all of this. Lenny Anyanwu and Nick David have come on. Anyanwu with that fabulous crossfield kick try assist. Some are saying it was pure, some are saying it was shanked. We temporarily lost the scoreboard, but it is Leinster 33, Harlequins 14. 5 tries, 4 of them converted for Leinster. 2 tries, both converted for Harlequins. We're into the last 10 minutes. And Sam Riley finds his man, but Leinster straight in there with the counter. Chisholm with that old school arm guard waiting there at first receiver. Oh, and here we go. Sam Riley has managed to find a gap, and he's snuck out for Quinn's 3rd try. Well, well, Leinster have not switched off for this entire match, but blink and you'll miss him. Sam Riley, the academy hooker, the England age group international. A player that Harlequins are very excited about, gets their 3rd try of the match. It takes Quins up to 19. Well, well, Sam Riley. He's got a nose for the try line. And I'm glad we got that try, because not a huge amount has happened in the last 15 minutes or so. So here's the line-out ball. Great counter from Leinster. But Riley's on the right-hand side, looks up, has another little check. And there's that gap there. The Leinster players all committed. And lo and behold, he slides over for Quinn's 3rd. The conversion added, and it's 33-21. Leinster 33, Harlequins 21. The clock and the scoreboard will be back, I'm promised. Oh, Harlequins, what is happening? Well, I think they've got away with one there, because Leinster have knocked the ball on. Oh no, Quins have knocked it on first. That was a comedy of errors. First from the players, then from the commentator. Leinster 33, Harlequins 21. There we go. In the absence of our scoreboard, we've got the big screen there telling us 6.5 minutes to go. And Leinster, having conceded, are straight back in the Quins 22. Is there another Quins comeback on the cards? Surely not. Surely not. Oh, Leinster, goodness me. I've been watching the last 20 minutes of Harlequins, I think. Both teams will be pleased to hear the final whistle. Keep your eye on the Leinster socials for updates on Chris Cosgrave. He's been the only injury casualty of this match. And it's been a pleasure to bring you live rugby this evening. As I've mentioned, whether you're a Leinster supporter, a Quins supporter, or just a neutral. We've had plenty of people from around the world get in touch. It's been great to hear from you all, and great to have your company as well. So Jaltimmer, already the pressure coming in from Leinster. Now Lorde in at number 8. There's Anyanwu. Nick David knocks that one on. And just a reminder that these are 2 championship winning teams. Big Craig Trenier coming into the front row for the final few minutes as well. I could get myself in trouble here, but I believe he's a Dubliner originally. He's been playing rugby in London for the last few years with Richmond and Ealing Trailfinders in the Championship. And then signed for Harlequins. Has had a long stint of rehab, an excellent scrummager. A key part to play against Cardiff, but he'll be looking forward to his Premiership debut. And we'll all be looking forward to it as well. So approaching the final 5 minutes of, well, trying to think of a way to describe this really. A slow second half. Leinster looking lethal in the first half. Some fabulous tries. The highlights will be available. And of course this match will remain on the Harlequins social, so check back for the best bits. And Leinster looking to finish with a flourish. Opportunities in the Quins 22 have been few and far between in this second 40, but when they've got here they've been clinical until now, because that's been ripped and turned over, and an advantage coming for Quins too. So Archie White adds his ample form and Jaltima hoofs clear. Oh, Wallace misses the tackle, but Lorde, 6 on his back, but now playing number 8, picks up the pieces. Into the final 5 minutes now. Another knock on, would you believe? Although it has been a physical encounter, no surprise that there are some tired bodies out there. George Hammond, the Quins lock forward, coming in for the final few minutes. Made his debut a year ago in the win versus London Irish when he came off the bench to replace Dino Lamb. He's another England age group international. Tacking down alongside Matas Jurevicius. Lithuanian descent. Played a season with London Scottish in the Championship. Again, uncapped at first team level. Oh, as that spilled out the side of the scrum. Now a foot race to the try line that Nick David's going to win, and he's going to offload it, and Leinster are going to score. What a ludicrous try. And that just about sums up this second half. Scrappy from Harlequins, Leinster marginally the better. Harlequins throwing caution to the wind, and Leinster capitalising. Well, let's have another look at this. Ball spilled out the side of the scrum. I mean, there was an arm up asking for it, but I think the ball had gone forward anyway, so even if we'd not had the try, Leinster would have had the ball. But that is 40 points for the hosts. Their first game back with supporters who've had bags of entertainment. Liam Turner, a first half replacement for the injured Chris Cosgrave. And Quins looking to recover the ball, which, oh, not knocked on, says the referee, and Turner, the try scorer, picks it back for Leinster. Well, could they get 50? There'd be some effort. Not kicking the ball deep like that. So there is David, has a little dart, gets round the first man. Oh, and the second, great feat. Still yet to make his Premiership debut, of course. The signing was announced last season from Worcester Warriors. Here's Jaltima. Alex Anyanwu waits for that to bounce and is allowed to collect it as well. And Will Edwards on to play 10 for the remainder of the game as well. Saw that little 7 step Just the one first team appearance for Edwards when he started against Sale Sharks towards the end of the regular season. Former Loughborough University man. Bit of width on it from Harlequins. Caden Worley straightens up, getting the ball off Hugh Jones. David in there. Oh, that's a flat ball to the try scorer Riley. Now Chisholm shovels it on to Archie White, who's drilled into the ground. Good strength from Anwanyu. Oh, good line from Jones. Can't get the offload away though. David slightly overran it. Now Edwards takes it to the line. Oh, what a turnover. What a turnover. Leinster, even when they're under the cosh, coming out on top. And that is all she wrote. 40 points to 21. The last hit out before both teams defend their respective championships, and Leinster will be much happier of the two sides. Dominant in the first half, they took full advantage of Harlequins going down to 14 players, scoring 3 converted tries. Johnny Sexton purring in the first 40 minutes. He was replaced in the second. As the game sort of ground to a halt really, but we still had 4 tries. Baird opened the scoring. Then Marchant and Riley before Turner pounced on a Quins mistake, so it was on as even in the second half, but only one winner overall. Leinster 40, Harlequins 21. Before we call it a day, let's have a look at the tries. Going back to this opener by O'Brien, sells the dummy. Liner missed the tackle. Not his best outing this evening, Lewis Liner. I'm sure that'll be by his own admission. This was after a couple of minutes of relentless pressure from Harlequins, and Leinster showing exactly how dangerous they can be. It was a sharp response from Quins though. Dino Lamb, flat ball from Danny Kerr, straight over Cosgrave, and Luke Northmore on hand to take Devon Toner over the line with him. Allen added the extras and it was 7-all, but that's about as close as Quins got. After Northmore equalised, Leinster got on the front foot. There was an Andre Esterhazen yellow card that led to this sequence of penalties, and Ruddock on his return put Leinster back ahead. Again, Sexton, no surprise, added the extras from the tee. That made it 14-7 with Quins down to 14 players. Now, which was the pick of the tries? Was it this next try, or was it the fourth? Because this was fantastic. Lowe getting the offload, and then showing a clean pair of heels, getting rid of Danny Kerr, and then drawing the man, Tyrone Green, and putting Sexton in, who still had the gas to keep up with Lowe on the left-hand side. Just times this run perfectly, looks inside. Smart play as well from Luke McGrath, just to see off the defender. And then this, keep your eye on Johnny Sexton here. Just times this run perfectly, gets the no-look pass. Then this ball in behind Lewis Liner is absolutely glorious. Fabulous rugby. He celebrates before the ball's even grounded. He knows the quality of the pass. But draws the man and somehow manages to shovel that one on. And that was Jamie Osborne, the academy product. And this was the start of the second half. Baird on, breaks through the tackle. And what about that for a turn of pace? Tommy Allen is no slouch, but he couldn't get anywhere near the replacement forward. Beautifully timed pass as well. And after that, the game sort of ground to a halt. Joe Marchant had a try disallowed, but then did get on the end of this one. Lovely little nudge from Danny Kerr. We'll see plenty of those throughout the season. And Marchant started the game on the wing, then moved into inside centre. Had Had 2 chances, grounded them both, but this was the one that counted. And then this opportunist effort from Riley. I think in the whole, both teams will be pleased with how the set piece went, particularly the line-out. Leinster on top in the scrum, but I can only think of one line-out from either side that was missed. There was an overthrow from Leinster, and Quinn's got the call slightly wrong. But Riley, the opportunist here, noticed that there was a big gap in between that Leinster player that was sucked in, and then the back rower that was waiting for the move up the blind side, and it was good finish from Riley. Good sharp feet. And then this last try from Turner was just a comedy of errors. The offload there. I mean, look at the turn of pace from Turner as soon as he saw the ball loose. Did well to finish it. And that took Leinster, after the conversion, up to 40 points. I can't imagine we'll see things like that happen in the regular season. They all add to the entertainment. And the supporters here at the Aviva who've come to see their team live for the first time in a long time will leave the happier of the 2 sets of supporters. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. On behalf of Harlequins and Silverbug, it has been a pleasure to bring you this live match. Remember those dates again. Harlequins women face Worcester Warriors tomorrow. You can enjoy that one live via the RFU. Quins kick their season off in the Gallagher Premiership on Sunday the 19th against Newcastle Falcons away. For Leinster, it is the United Rugby Championship getting underway on the 25th of September, and then it's Leinster versus Munster, the women's match, 7:30 from the Donnybrooks Energia Park tomorrow. But from myself, Dave Rogers, and everybody here at Quins, thank you for joining us. Have a great evening, and until we get to speak again, goodbye.